Good morning. Welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee number 54, which is pretty exciting. The quality may not be quite its usual excellence because I haven't got the lights on because I couldn't be bothered. So do let me know if there's a notable difference. Obviously, endeavour to do that every week, but this morning I thought, I was in a bit of a mood. I thought, shit, not doing the lights. But don't worry, it will be a good episode. If you've not been here before, so I'm just moving the... Realise there's a cable knocking the mic. That's no good. Oh, sorry. There we are. Low volume, Annie. Oh no, if I move that there... Can't... Oh, that's going to fall. Oh, no. Maybe it'll be okay. I'll just talk louder. There we are. So, yes, if you haven't been here before, every week we do a little roundup of everything that's been happening in Bad Squiddo land. Usually me rambling. I've got nothing prepared for today, so that's all excellent. Looks more natural. I have my... I have my Tog t-shirt on, which brings me happiness. So, don't know where to start today. It's even been sat here for the last 10 minutes. I've actually not got anything prepared. Though I do have a coffee, so that is good. Yes, I started using this as little, what might be happening this week. Although no Manchester City, I'm just contractually obliged to put that there. Is the sound okay before I continue? So it's been a more eventful week than the last couple of weeks, where I've kind of just been a bit rubbish in the week. I think this week I've been good in the week and now rubbish. I don't know. So we have actually got some stuff to report on. I've been doing very busy this week, getting lots of things ready. Morning, everyone who is coming along. Sound is soundly. That's what we like. I've noticed my hair's nearly long enough to start doing more stuff with again. Not sure whether to cut it again. Not sure. This is an interesting development, though. Maybe we'll look for that. Yeah, the stream is sponsored by Manchester City, the football guys. Oh no, I can't make you yawn already. That'd be rubbish. As soon as I woke up in a mood, I've got my mood mug. Fans of mugs. My Tom Nook forever in debt. I'd like some new mugs as well, but we've noticed that the cupboard is at capacity, so I might have to do a mug Thunderdome. Maybe we'll have a vote which mug leaves to get a new mug. It could be quite exciting. Oh no, sorry. So where do I even start this week? This is rubbish. This is rubbish. Welcome to my show. This is rubbish. The pigs are over there at the moment. I might go and collect one. I'm not panning over because they need hoovering. They're all mucky. I haven't got around to hoovering them this morning. Shall I start with pig news or Bad Squiddo news? Keep the viewers see. So yesterday, on Monday, it's had a bit of a shaky start to the week, but I'm still managed to get loads done. So Monday morning I had to take off because I had to take Gregor to the vet. So thank you, Jade, for taking me. She's going to be taking me lots more. Hey, thank you. It made such a difference. I normally get taxis to the vets, and because of all the social distancing stuff, it would have been super hard. So you've got to go sit in the car. Then they phone you and talk to you. Then you have to leave the pig at the door, retract. Then they phone you and then collect pig and pay on the phone. So if I didn't have a vehicle, that would have been super awkward. They said he was fine, which he's not fine. So I kind of spent the rest of the week looking at him going, what's wrong with you? I had a list of 8 things wrong with him to give them. And they pretty much said it was fine, but I've got a really good guinea pig specialist, but she's on maternity leave. No! So I had to go to the standard vets, and they just don't know guinea pigs very much. If you did not know this and you're considering a pet, make sure there is a good exotic vet in your area. So they're classed as exotic. Fun fact, which makes them more expensive. So yeah, they pretty much said he was fine. Gave him some mite medication. I don't think he's got mites, but no harm in whacking that on him anyway. And then later in the week, I'm just moving this. I was staring at him, sort of doing that maths gif of all the sums, going, what are all these symptoms? Arthritis. So I then had a look, spoke to this guinea pig specialist expert lady who is queen of all pigs, who knows Gregor as well. Basically went, yeah, that sounds like arthritis. So, old Greg, I need to find a new vet in the area that's exotic to I will go back to my standard Lady Maria because she's wicked. But until then, I need to find another vet that I can get him an X-ray and a diagnosis and some dog drugs. So I found some dog drugs here. I wouldn't recommend self-medicating pigs, but as a pro, I'm used to it now. So I've given him a bit of painkiller just in the meantime, but it means I'm pretty sure everything points to arthritis, which is kind of sad. It means he's been in pain for quite a while, but at least I've recognised it and we can get him all drugged up. See him there. Get you all drugged up, Gregor. But that means that he can get happier now, which is cool. It's just a bit rubbish that standard vets just aren't trained to deal with pigs. But so I'm going to have to interview some vets next week and find someone worthy of Gregor, and then pester Jade to give me another lift, please. Thank you. That was ace, and it was very good to hang out. And then she'll be watching this later and not live. Oh, yes, thank you. Otherwise, pigs are all groovy. Everyone's been cheered for the weather. Karen in particular has got a military haircut, which is kind of cool. She looks very funny because she's normally... All my pigs are fluffy, and obviously they get very hot in this sort of weather. Karen's breed is prone to dying of heat, so I just went, right, all the hair is going. So she's definitely got a number one, I think, in pig terms. What else has happened? Mr. Llamatastic says I have to dash off and do stuff, but I tune in to see if there was an answer to the chicken ref question. Rich got it, Rich Chester. It is I did on Twitter, what is this a reference for? And it was somebody holding a chicken. It was from the livestock workers. I was going through my old reference files and finding them, what's that? Oh yeah, that was for that. So yeah, that. I also sent him the video where Rocky's got to chase the chickens as part of his training. That was a sculptor reference. There's some scandal over on Twitter at the moment because I posted the lumberjack reference, and it was true. Nobody believes me now, but because I looked when I get all the information over to the sculptors. No worries, Llamatastic. Oh, I'm also glad that guinea pig tail turned out to be a mullet. I was waiting on the answer to that, so that is brilliant. So when I do miniatures, I think I've talked about it a few times, there's quite a lot of different references that I send over, maybe some sketches, some text, all sorts of bits that make up the image. And it's handy if I can find a pose that I want as well, rather than sort of sketching it. I'll try and find somebody in that pose. And I just wanted a lady with an axe stood like that. But they were all sort of super ooh, the axe, ooh. But I just wanted still a cool sort of pose, but that. And I genuinely couldn't find one. So I posted it up on Twitter, the one I ended up sending to Alan, which is some beefed up topless guy with the axe. And they were going, oh yeah, only reference picture you could find. It was, although it was very funny sending it to Alan. Like this, but not. Kind of everything that isn't this, but that pose, please. When you say chicken ref, I imagine a chicken referee. Stop giving me miniatures ideas. Let's just have a little think through the week. So yes, that was Monday. Then I got a bit of work done. Tuesday, it's also dull. Tuesday, my electrician came because my boiler broke. My boiler's been broke for years. The oven broke, so I had to wait in Tuesday while someone came and got that. And Wednesday and Thursday were very full productive days, so that was good. I just got loads of tasks done. I don't know if loads of them are things that you'd even notice. I think I mentioned before about labelling tasks as fat frogs, so I got loads of fat frog tasks done, which was ace. So I've just been really ploughing through getting caught up with stuff. Oh yeah, I've remembered some of the cool news, don't worry. So fat frog tasks were there. I've got some new miniatures commissioned, which I will talk about shortly. And I've got one of the tasks which I managed. So I took Friday off and had I pretty much worked all Friday. Called it off, but I was at home and it was sunny, so I was kind of doing a bit of work, a bit of nice, and I did that yesterday as well. But it's made me kind of want to work all day today. I go a bit wrong if I have too much time off. I'm starting to go a bit wrong, so I'm like, I was going to go to the office, but I'm going to set up in the kitchen, I think, and do full computer. But again, nobody believed me when I said I was going to work from hammock, and I did. I was finally, because I've just not had a chance. I was going through the home guard rules for this that we're doing with the lardies because they've been a bit rubbish. They're being behind with it. So I had a proper look through there to see if there's any more minis that I need to get made, and I've written a whole bunch of feedback for them. So they're waiting on me now. I was like, yes, that one's it's like a boomerang. That task's gone at least for now. It will come back, but so that's good. Those rules are cool, of course. So it's getting nearer to being able to give you those home front rules, which will be downloadable PDFs. So that'd be exciting. So that's cool. That's been entirely my fault that it's been late because I've just been sat on it. Almost literally. I sat on the Bofas after last week. So I finished, I showed the Bofas off. I finished. I thought, let's not put that on the sofa. And then I was chatting to Andy about something, and then I've sat on the Bofas. But it's okay. That moment was so horrible, but it's okay. I managed to not fully crush it with my ass, and it's got. I was quite impressed. Oh, what's that? I was quite impressed with the sturdiness. I do not recommend sitting on a Bofas. Well, a 28mm Bofas anyway. But what's it? The gun. It only came off at the gun part, which was glued on, so nothing actually broken, which was pretty nice. So I was like, some good design work there. I like that. I did not break it. Whoo! So yes, do not sit on a Bofas, but if you do, it might be okay. So so last Sunday, I did this. Oh, hang on. I then recorded my video for the Wargaming survey, but I haven't done anything with it yet. So Andy, who lives here, he's Andy2D6 and has all his equipment because he does a lot of YouTube. So I borrowed his stuff to try and use some more high-tech sort of things. And yeah, I don't know. Because I think I said before, my brain's on a bit of an edge at the minute. And because it was something that I hadn't done before and it was just a bit of change, I got really wound up just about making a 1-minute video using different equipment. And it was good that I tried it. And I used, what I did take away from it was the voice recorder was very good. So I used that in a video, which is upcoming, which you'll see. So that was a better quality than the mic, which was good to learn. But yeah, it just set me off for some reason. It put me into this massive anxiety spiral of reminded me when I used to do videos at the start when I was saying that it made me all freak out. So it kind of jolted Sunday a bit, but I was still determined. So I did another video, which was assembling the Matador. And that turned into a bit of a disaster. I'm just moving around the stuff because I've got all the table here. So filming the Matador video, I ended up getting a bit extra stressed as well. I think I was worried about the quality. I had the lights were bearing down like that. I just wasn't in the mood, but I think I've managed. I think there's something in there But I've given that to Andy to edit. So that's one of our tests where I just film something continuous, and then in the continuous filming, add the occasional. If you just want to cut that last bit out there, especially where I glue things upside down and all that. So that should come out better than the other videos I've done where I assemble things, because it's not live. Because this one, I think it was nearly 3 hours or something because of me stressing around in between. So that should come out good. So yeah, nice assembly video. So I'm intrigued as to how that looks in the end once it's all chopped and nice. And then what else have we had in the week? I swear I should have written it down. This is a good point why you should like the video. Only 10 of you have liked it. What? You should go do that. Also, cheesy. Make sure you are subscribed, because I'm figuring out how to schedule it now, so you do actually get the little notification when I've put it up. So that's cool. So yeah, I went through the rules. I've been looking at chain of command, because obviously there's those rules that will be coming out as supplements to the main one, and it kind of fits in with the Blitzkrieg as well. So that's the fall of France and the Low Countries. There's a lot of rules there that sort of cross over into that. I got the notification today, even though I did not click remind me. Yes, sweet. So yeah, I've just been sort of digesting these rules a bit. And then, so I got that done to make sure there were no other models that we needed to commission. There were a few bits in there that I thought we could do that, but I'm like, not at the moment. I've got plenty. Thing here, what's this about? So we've got the next little wave of Homefront minis, and they're coming out with when the rules are fully ready. I'll wait so then people can go download them and buy the new minis at the same time. Yes, clevers. So I've got, as part of that, I've got the lady, I don't even know if I've showed you yet. There's a lady in a gas mask with the 2 babies in the freaky baby gas masks. And I've got 2 Vera Lyns. And I wanted to add something else, because I wanted to do just a little post-Kickstarter little Homefront release. So I was looking around all my books, figuring out what else I should add. I did talk about nuns, but I haven't commissioned them. I still might, though. I've actually gone off the rails. So I have this book, which isn't very good. See it, it's all reflected. War correspondence. This is about American war correspondence, as well as I assume all of you are familiar with Lee Miller, who is cool as. So this book's got a whole load of her photographs and photographs of her and her selfies. The lady on the front is Anna Lesker, who is an ATA. Looks familiar, like one of my models, eh? So I was looking through all my stuff. And so the latest bits, nobody knows yet, exclusive. The latest that will be coming out is, with these, there's going to be 3 American war correspondents. A pack of 3 in different, various different get-ups as well, so you can use them for different bits and bobs. One's holding the camera, one's got all the gear on her in a briefcase, and the other one has a notebook. Lee Miller is one of them. I won't tell you yet who the other 2 are, purely because I can't remember the top of my head. Can't give everything away as well. But it's 3 very good American war correspondents. And they're just nice models, and you can just sort of add them in. They don't even need to be playable. And they're American. I haven't done any Americans yet. You know, I have the little flag in the corner, so they're going to be the first ones with the American flag on. But they still work with all this, because they can still be in Europe doing the photos, so it's still in the same theatre. But that'll be a nice lead on to an American range, which isn't coming next. So it's just to tease you, really. So we've still got more Soviets and Germans are going to be the next. But it's nice to sort of dip in a little bit. And they look so cool, because they've obviously got all the sort of frontline combat gear on, and then their cameras. And have I got it in one? I haven't got it in one of the models. I was deciding whether to do it or not. I decided against, purely because of what I went with. But there's a cool picture of Lee Miller, and she's got a special helmet which you can use. It's got like a cutout bit here, so you can move it up to fit the camera in, which is kind of cool. No Lee Miller in a bathtub. I was reading more about Lee Miller and how she just ended up with horrible PTSD after the war. Oh, that's not so nice. When I read about women from history, it's normally like, oh, this is so cool. This is like, oh. So I've been doing a lot of the Eastern Front research, and that sort of goes like, oh, these were bad, and the PTSD, sadness, and so it's always got to be done in the correct sort of theme style. Did you see the Bofors video? The Bofors video is very good. That was by Andy. So we've been working together to get a few different bits and bobs, sort of showcasing, just trying out different things and things that I don't necessarily have to do. So the Bofors one I had to do nothing for it. And I like the dark of that. A few people said, oh, it's not as bright and fun. Like, this is war. So I didn't be like, hey, welcome to World War II with me, Annie. Check out who died. So I thought I'd add a bit more of a gritty sort of grit on it. It was probably after watching Come and See, and I'm still slightly traumatised. What else have I got? What else is behind me? So they're on the commission list and will be done very shortly. So once they're ready, then that means they can get moulded. Yes. That also reminds me I need to contact the moulders. Yes. I sent a big bunch of greens off, but I might get them to hold them now and then wait until they put those last 3 ladies in, so they can all share a little mould together. So there, I've got new stuff. Had surprise new things. Casters occasionally like to treat me like that. I'll order something and they'll say, oh, we won't be able to do that for a while. So I don't have it on my expectations. And then all of a sudden they'll go, we had some extra time, so we made this. So I got unexpected new releases. I haven't had a chance to release them yet, but I will be doing that this afternoon, and I'll do a newsletter as well. Martha Gellhorn is not. There were so many to choose from, but I kind of chose them based on cool pictures. Let me have a look and I can actually tell you. There's just so many. Hang on. One moment as I scroll through my phone. Where would I put it? There it is. So I think I mentioned before, me and Alan, so Alan's the main sculptor we use. We've got our own little group, which is just us on Facebook. So it's a really good way of organising all the details of what we need and what's done. Ruth Cohen and Tony Frissell. They're the ones I went for. Yeah, there were a lot, and they were really cool. Where was I at? Oh yeah, new stuff. I was just tipping it out on the floor there. New stuff! New stuff! Woo! Here we go. So I was very excited that these arrived. Yeah, so they were going to be released Friday, but I ran out of time. So I will, after this video, I will eat and then I will release these. I've taken a photo, so just need to... Yes! Is my tablet here? Yes, it is. They're drawing tablets, so I can cut them out. And I'll put these up. So this is 3 brand new releases. It's exciting. As always. I think I wrote down what the RRP would be, but then forgot. Yay! So I need to go find that again. And as always, let's see them not. See if I can do this. I dropped so much during that Matador video, so I'm glad that gets all cut out now. So, this is a pack of cannons. So we get in focus there. Come on. So it's 2 cannons. They're fantasy cannons, but they're just kind of cute. They remind me of dwarves. Why can't... One day we'll be able to see these things. So there's one cannon. And a single piece! It's a single piece! How cool is that? And the other cannon. Also single piece. Bam, 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 bam. They're fun. They're really fun, aren't they? Fun cannons. And with those, you get 2 little piles. I won't bother doing that. Oh well. 2 little piles of cannonballs as well. Oh, a pig in a tiny helmet. Oh, it looks so cool. What else have we got? Where did I put this? My leg. How are the sculpts disappearing from me? You were here. You were just here. There they are. So an unrelated one, and then we'll go back to the cannon because there's another one which will fit with it very well. Big skulls. So there's my finger for scale. Fun cannon. Oh yeah, they could shoot papers. Come on. Of course it won't focus. It's not a Sunday morning coffee without some bad focus work. But there's some big skulls anyway. So they're ogre skulls, basically. No, they're never going to focus. But the pictures will be up later. Oh, that almost did. The pictures will be up later with the products as well. And then there's these smaller skulls. Yes. We've also got in the works more just standard skulls. Some of them have got helmets on. If you used them as Ristles before, it's the... Oh yeah, there's one little fella that I broke off. It's a little fella as well. So if you're familiar with what Ristle had before, these are part of that. So it's... Also, I missed some stuff there. So I've now got all of the old Ristle skulls. So we had normal skulls, dwarf skulls, elf skulls. The latter had helmets on, which is what differentiated them. But we've put them all together now, so that's currently in the works. I think they're being cast now. So that's just a pack of 28mm skulls, some with helmets, some not. And I think that's wicked. We've got the larger skulls we've already had. So we've got the alien monster skulls. They're on the shop at the moment. And then, yeah, these are the larger skulls, the ogre-sized skulls. And these were they demon? I think, yeah, these were the demon skulls. And that extra one there. You're right, I think there was another medium skull. I can't remember if I didn't get it or it's just not been put in yet. But we have lots of skulls, basically. What's the chance of Andy doing a funny outtake video? Probably quite high. So yeah, you can use them as head swaps, conversions, pile them up on your bases and stuff. They're just really cool. You know by now what Ristle's like, what he's like. They're just really quirky and fun and characterful. Fun skulls! Everything he does is fun. There's just something really lovely about it. And then we've got... This is the harbour set. Let me see if it'll actually show you. But again, don't fret too much because I'll put the pictures up. So this is one of the pieces. This is one-pieced as well. Like, come on now. There's just pure flexing on the sculptor's behalf and the caster's behalf. Getting that cast in one piece is just ridiculous. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh, that's going to be fun. And they've done it. And then we've also got this humongous one piece piece that goes with it. See that? Again, it will be shown off better. Oh, there we are. It's a net just with various little harbour things. Hello, Carrie! Just in time for some cool showy off things. Ooh. Oh, pirate pigs. And then less exciting but still part of it. Get some sandbags. Always need some sandbags. And just it's like he manages to make fairly mundane objects just look really cool. So that's just another stack, like a bit of rope, a bit of plank, sandbag. bag of stuff. So that's a lovely, lovely set. Yes, so in theory, I need to write down where I put all the costs and RRP to make sure I get that correct before I release it as well. I think I made the mistake of writing it on paper at the office, so I might have to message the caster and go, "Ooh, did you take a note of what I said?" But I'll get those released and I'll get them up on the newsletter. So if you forget as well, just make sure to have a look at the newsletter. So they're cool. Very briefly, I wanted to mention, but only very briefly, one of my reasons for my grump. I don't like going into it. One, because I like to focus on positives, and I don't like to give these people attention because that's probably part of the whole thing. But it does occasionally just need reminding people. Oh, this bit here, it's misbehaving. That since lockdown, so generally, I'm a woman on the internet. I run a war games company, so it's a very male dominated, although we're slowly taking over. And for that reason, it means people like to send me gross stuff, or horrible stuff, or harassive stuff, or stalky stuff. And it's unfortunately part of my day to day, which sucks and shouldn't be a thing. It definitely should not be a thing at all. And the fact that I do just go, oh look, another one. Oh, report that, police that, get a statement made, whatever. Then if it gets worse, then I can sort. And it's just this like standard thing, which sucks. But since lockdown, it's got so much worse because so many of these people are off work and they're just at home. Like, what should I do? I know. I could send loads of my erotic fantasies to that girl from Bad Squiddo. That'd be great. Like, wow, thank you. That's really what I required right now. So I don't like mentioning it because I know they'll watch it and be like, yes, I kind of got a shout out. No, you didn't. You did not. Because unfortunately, there are too many of you that I could not shout out you. It could be all sorts of people I'm referring to. So there, no personalised shout out. But yeah, so it sucks. I'm fairly tough to it all and doesn't ruin my day, but occasionally just sends me into a big like, for God's sake, people, what is happening? Why are you the worst? And it's put me off. It has really put me off going back to trade shows. I will, because there's no way I'm going to let that. This is obviously a very small minority, but it's really put me off going back to trade shows, and I will definitely be going back to Salute and Expo, but it's making me really reconsider the smaller shows because I don't want to see these people, but then I want to see you. So like, we'll see. I think I mentioned this at the start of lockdown when it really ramped up. That because at least I've got Andy lives here now, so at least I've got some human interaction. But I was having no human interaction apart from the internet. So I got on the internet to get some sort of, human, and then get bombarded with that sort of stuff. Like, cool, I feel really trapped here. So at least I've got a bit more human to balance it out a bit. Because it was just like, cool. And people go, don't go on social media. I'm like, but how will I message my friends? So yeah, that's a thing. And I've seen a few people mention this sort of stuff on Twitter as well recently, as well as the one where it's just people overstepping the mark, where they think they're funny and they're not. I tend to say, although I hate the whole like, you can be nice to women when you pretend, like, oh, what if that was your daughter or wife or something? It's like, nope. We kind of should be people, even if you're not connected to us. But it does have an effect sometimes on certain people when you say that. So I do tend to think a lot of these older gentlemen that are saying kind of just too crude jokes and things like that. Like, would you be happy with someone saying that to your daughter? I don't think you would find it quite as funny. So it's that sort of constant that batting off, and obviously when I'm knackered or a bit sad, then it can get to me a bit more. So it has sort of the last few days I've been, because again, I cannot say, but I've got all sorts going on in the background, and some of it gets escalated quite seriously. So it's a massive deal sometimes. I don't know where I'm going with that. Yeah, I totally want a shield maiden. What's the word? Private army. I want a bodyguard. I'm afraid you have to be female femme to be part of my personal bodyguard. But I might start taking applications. Yeah, full male, maybe male or plate armor, spears. And so as retinue, yes. So as we walk, we make a big clinky noise. We go, "Come on, try it, try it, try it." Yeah, it sucks, and I don't like talking about stuff like that too much because it also puts people off. And I'm trying to say, get into the hobby. It's great. Come on, set up your own company. Like, and all this stuff will happen. But yes, I will defeat them all, and they won't get me to quit. So don't worry about that. It's just sometimes a bit rubbish. Some are false names on the internet. Some are names that I fully recognise and know. So that's the worst. I put a post up in Baggy's Cave, I think, about it as well. So there's like one thing when it's just anonymous people, which you usually get on the wider web, so on like forums or Twitter. And I know that I don't take that as personally, because I know that there's them that just sort of click around sending it to as many people as possible. When it's names that I recognise, that's when it gets really like extra bad. So yeah, don't do it. If you're watching, you're like, I was going to send some stuff to Annie that's really gross. How about no? And I will report you. So if I've got almost first name terms with the police, where I go, hello, I have another one. Excellent. Yes, here are the details. Cool. So yeah. Anyway, on to something more positive. I'm just gonna drink more coffee. But it doesn't help my brain sometimes, because then I think, is this all my fault? Have I done this? And then there are people saying, well, what do you expect, Annie? You know, you're always putting yourself on camera. Like, no. Let's not go down that victim blaming line at all. But it's easy to get that in your own head. Well, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do these videos. Maybe I shouldn't do this or that. Or yeah, and it's like, no way. So don't worry, I will not be changing anything. I did put the erotic Tog t-shirt on today. You'll be like, more Tog. I want to see more Tog. I had more exciting stuff. What else happened? I had a long conversation with my web guy, Nick. He doesn't get mentioned very much. He's mostly in the background. So I do most of the sort of general stuff on the website. But when I need a bit of a big update or a big change or something a bit more techie, Nick is not Nick Air. This is a different Nick. Nick's my web guy, and he is wicked. So I had a nice long conversation with him in the week. So he's just doing some nice little updates on the website to get a few bits smoother. We're going to have featured mini of the week on the front page as well. Oh no, my battery! Oh no, way there! What a disaster! Let's get you. My level of preparedness today. Let me just plug this in before I disappear. Yeah, Nick's the reason my website is so wicked, and we had a nice chat about that because it's been a few years now. I said it still stands up as an excellent website. It's not like it looks outdated or anything. He said it's one of his favourites, and I imagine it was way more fun for him than all the usual sort of boringness that, you know, people's white on grey websites. And I go, hello, I'd like squids everywhere. So we were just talking about, like, can this be done? Could that be done? We're talking about upgrading the cart to something very sexy. But we need to have a look and really figure out quite how many dollar it will cost. So obviously if it's too much, then it's like, I might need to put that back. But I do want the website to just keep like getting better and better and easier to use. Not that it's hard to use. I still maintain it's one of the best wargame websites, possibly one of the best websites on the entire internet. But where there's technology where we can make stuff even better, let's keep doing it. It's so important, and I think so many people don't realise how important having such a good website is, especially now as well. Goodbye, Carl. Thanks for coming along. Yeah, you're exactly right, Carol. It's just this like, oh, it's me like, no, it's not. But it's easy for that to get into your head. And it sucks that people have said that to me as well. Like, you know, What do you expect getting creeps when you're smiling at people? How dare I? How dare I? But yeah, it'd suck if that minority of people put me off interacting with you lovely people. So it will not happen. It just means occasionally I might seem a little humorless maybe sometimes, and then any sort of edgy joke is like, is that fun or are they going weird? I don't know. So I have to sort of go, I don't know, and that sucks because I like being silly. What else have we got? Oh god, we're on 40 minutes. What have I got to show you? Got that. I spoke to Nick, which is good. There's loads of stuff in the bargain bin, though it's been totally ravaged. So there's still some stuff left though, so go have a look at that. What am I doing today? I'm going to do lots of boring background computer work, but very important stuff that needs being done. So yeah, I'm going to hole up in the kitchen, I think, and do that. Next week is very much all of that. So I've got a deadline on Friday, so I'm just going to be like, in on that, occasionally popping my head up and go, hello, and then back into that. So if I can get that, this is a big task, to get that done by Friday, that might signify me being caught up. Don't want to jinx it too much, but I might be caught up. Then good things can happen. So that's cool. Potentially Mum is coming up on Wednesday, but it's thundering and lightning apparently, so I need to have a look into that, see if there's a way of making that less gonna be in the garden with an umbrella, see if I can make some alternative plans for that. I very much enjoyed having Friday off, even though it wasn't off, it was at home. So I think I mentioned last week that I'm going to be doing more of just taking one day a week, even if it's just working at home, just as a change. I know the trams are still terrible. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see all my tram wars. I just keep spam tweeting them. Yeah, are you and Andy getting into any gaming is into Gaslands? No, I'm now thinking, why didn't I get him into Gaslands? So we've been getting into Necromunda, so I've still been reading it. I'm really struggling with the book. I haven't got one here. The background text is like, there's the text, and then it's got this grain behind it, and it's really hard to read. I don't like criticizing anything because I know so many people, and I probably know the person who did it, but like everything else about it's amazing, but it's so hard to read, and I think that's something that does get overlooked. I've overlooked it before because you kind of want to go, yeah, make it grungy, but the rules are quite complex, and if you got to focus on it, and then your brain's like going background grunge, text, background grunge. Oh, I don't know what I've actually read, so I haven't got very far with it. I've got the models, but I did have a think about assembling, but I'm going to wait till I've got my massive task out of the way because it's just going to be a distraction. I've given him Animal Crossing. I was allowed it back on Thursday, but I'm going to leave that till the end of this mega task because I'm trying to not get distracted, and that's working. So I'm still working on loads of self-improvement things. Carol got her partner into Gaslands. She has the book and is buying cars on eBay. Yes, I do need to get some gaming in, so I might actually convince Andy of the way of Gaslands because I've got all the stuff. So, and I did really enjoy that. I was thinking, what was the last time I got really infused about gaming, and it was Gaslands. So, I should try and do that too. Oh no! Someone said Dark Heresy's love of horrible cursive handwriting. No, like it looks cool, but it's so unreadable. Why? What else is happening? I've got to plan for the digital expo, which will be interesting, but I'm quite excited about that. It seems quite fun. Warfare has cancelled or postponed till next year, which is good because it was one of the few that hadn't, and I was getting a bit wound up about that. So now I can go, yes, don't need to worry about that. For one, I don't want to do any shows for the rest of the year because of COVID, partly because of COVID, because I just think they're not going to be good for making money at, because there's either not going to be people there, it's going to cost more, there's a chance of cancellation and no refunds, all that sort of stuff. I'm kind of enjoying not being at shows at the moment, is my secret second thing that I've got all the stuff packed away and I don't have to think about that at the moment is quite nice. And weirdos. Yeah, I'm not feeling shows right now, so it's nice to actually have this wonderful excuse of a worldwide pandemic that I don't have to do shows for a bit. So hopefully by the time they're back, hopefully next year, I'll be a bit more refreshed and less sort of beaten down. So that would be nice. And I say I don't want to do shows apart from big ones, but then I really do love, like, I love Partisan, and the organisers there are wicked as well. So there's still lots I want to do. But it's just, everything's weird in lockdown, isn't it? And everyone's so on edge. I'm on edge. And it's like the smallest thing can just sort of go, boo, and now the mood is gone. So I'm on edge with sad. I think probably more irritable as well. I've been a bit of the irritables. And everyone else is, so it's definitely a weird time. I have been struggling with my brain quite a bit, and then like what do I do? There's no everyone's struggling with their brain, so you can't. Yeah, I don't know. Gary really wants to play Necromunda, so I've got my Goliaths, and I've got the extra heads from Forge World, which is handy being in Nottingham that you can just pop over to Forge World. So I've got the main Goliath box, the Stimmers box because that's got the ladies in it that are really cool. I got the Forge World extra heads, which have got really tall Mohicans, and I had to get the crocodile creature because it was sculpted by Trish, who I love, and it's cool. So I've got all the stuff. I think I'm gonna wait till I've got this massive task out of the way because I really need to be like full. I really focus on one thing at a time, so I have to be careful. So now, like, that needs to be. I just call it the Eye of Sauron. So my Eye of Sauron needs to be fully fixed on this paperwork, as boring as it is. Yes, I've gone for muscle boys. I think everyone expected me to go for Escher, but then I was like, that's what people expect, so I have to do something different. But it was partly the models I really love, the new Escher, but they look too small for my own personal liking of painting. Because the Goliaths are chunkier, I thought I'll probably enjoy painting them more. And yeah, they're totally getting like different pastel colours. I thought the tall Mohicans were cool to do rainbow on. That might look pretty cool. But yeah, I just need to get started. Oh yes, the films. I know this is what you're hanging on for. So I have Saturday night, bad film night. I actually can't remember the name of the film, which is bad times. I just need to. Dinosaur City. That was it. So every Saturday is bad film nights. It was The Amazing Bulk last week, which was very rubbish. Last night's film I enjoyed, and then I looked up afterwards, and it's down as worst film ever. I was like, no way. It was Adventures in Dinosaur City. It was lovely. It's 1991, which shocks me. I thought it would be a lot older, and when you consider that Jurassic Park came out a couple years later, like, okay. The roundup is that it's a bunch of kids left to their own devices. Sneak into their parents' laboratory where they've been doing crazy stuff and get sent into their cartoon world of their favourite cartoon, which is called Dinosaurs, and has a really good song that just goes dinosaurs a lot. And yeah, they get themselves sucked into the world, and obviously they're very puppety humanoid dinosaurs, and they have to save the day whilst it was very silly, to be fair, but I actually enjoyed it, and it now has a warm part of me. Just reading that, I felt Void Barbarian and Dinosaur Hell. No. That is a genuine film. I kind of want to do the whole theme of dinosaur films now. They had some very fun songs, which I couldn't find on YouTube afterwards. What? Had a dinosaur rap at the end. Well, the parents were scientists, and they were working on like teleporty stuff, and they were away at the teleporty conference. Don't go in our laboratory. Promise you won't. I won't, mother. Yeah, they had this whole adventure in Dinosaur City. And it's like, yeah, it's weird. It's not for Baggy's Cave, for Bad Squiddo stream. Yeah, there's like dinosaurs leering at women going, hubba, hubba. Like, what? Hang on, what? This is a child's, what? So it was good bad in that sort of sense, but very fun. And it is actually all on YouTube. So if you ever want to watch Adventures on Dinosaur City, it is on YouTube as a full length, one of those few films where you occasionally go, yes, it's all on YouTube, free, because it hasn't been struck down yet. So yeah, you should definitely give that one a 12 dinos out of 11 dinos. So I should probably go. I'm in a slightly better mood than I was at the start, so thank you. Thank you for putting up, even though I do not have the big bright lights. I will compare them, because that'd be quite interesting. It'd be nice to know if I don't have to set them up. At least for now, obviously it'll get darker as winter cometh. And I will, but for now, quite nice. Less for me to put away, so I'm in an agitated mood, so that's less for me to dick about with. So keep tuned. Keep an eye out for the newsletter. If you're not on the newsletter, I'm going to put a link right now, actually, because I'm trying to get more people onto the newsletter. Here it is. Will it work? Yeah, more subscribers. If you might not be subscribed and think you are, if you could do me a favour. Of course that doesn't... What? Is that a link? Yay! The link worked. Yeah, that's the sign-up form. It's all beautifully GDPR working. I still find loads of places aren't doing it correctly, the GDPR. It's very, very odd. Right, yes, I think that's it. If you can like the video as well, push that up. Your little thumb up. Come on, let's see. Yes, 26. Come on, more. That also helps. And there's going to be a lot more happening on this channel other than just the Sundays. That's cool as well. So I will see you all. Take care. Thanks for coming along. Anyone who's watching this afterwards, thank you for coming along afterwards. Make sure to do all the usuals. We've got the Twitter, the Instagram, Facebook, Baggy's Cave group in Facebook, which is the coolest hip place to hang out. And that's probably it. Sweet. What? You liked, already subscribed, and rang the bell? What? Thank you very much. I don't know how to leave. I never know how to leave. I'll just stay here. I should pretend that I've clicked it off. Goodbye. Thank God that's done for another week. Oh no, I left the camera. See, you do make my Sunday nice and shiny, so thanks for coming along. Goodbye.